What is up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. It's Saturday night. It's live time. Hope everybody is doing well. Let me just go ahead and get my tools out of the way here, and then we will say hello to everybody already in the chat. If you are in the chat, don't forget to hit that like button as you're coming on in. Hit the like button. All right, starting with my pen. I've got a pen here from Diamond Pen Pal. This is the Satura pen. I've got another pen hopefully coming soon from Diamond Pen Pal that you'll be seeing in my single placer. I am using the Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily, not Butterfly Effect Wares. This is Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. It works like a glue dot. It is a liquid that goes solid and goes from white to clear, hence the name Ghost. Love this stuff. And I'm using Christmas Cabin putty from Putty Crocker's Boutique and More. The reason I'm using this one is because it's from an old advent calendar and it's really dry. Like that a lot. And then a new tray I'm going to use tonight. This one is from Flowa Designs. This one is actually from year one of Mary Morales, but I like this little area here working with a round painting. I've noticed that things line up very nicely in it. And so I'm going to be using this one tonight. And then I've got tweezers here from BNC Creations. They're absolutely beautiful, along with a little trash pot from BNC, as well as a trinket tray from BNC Creations. Whoop, whoop. We love that. Okay, let me put my stuff in it here. And then what else do we have? My diamond painting that I am working on. That one is, let's see, this is an old one that I pulled out of my stash and wanted to get working on it. This is Heart by Demetra Milan from Diamond Art Club. And this is, gosh, I don't even know exactly how old this one is. It's an old one though. And even though it has resin diamonds, it has the old, you kind of see up here, it has the old version of their render system. So either way, it has been lovely. I'm still working on it. I had 2 squares that I opened, so I'm going to work on those and we can hang out. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat. Let's start up at the top here. We've got Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Tigger. Hello, Jen. Well, howdy right back to you. Hi, Shelby and Abby. Thank you for reminding everybody to gently tap the like button. We've got Kath. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Brenda. Hope you got all the coffee protein out of your couch. Noelle, let's get it. Yes. Hello, Diamonds and Stitches. Hi, Jan from Gold Coast, Australia. In Oz, it's raining. Ooh, yeah, it's been kind of rainy here, but cold, really cold. You living for the timer. Oh, I have to remember that. That was the 1-minute timer, not the 2-minute timer. And hello, Mystical Diamond Painter. Hi, Pepsi Junkie. How you doing? And Zuzme 720. Hello, hello. She's lovely. I love her, Jen. She's been beautiful. Let me fix some lights here. It seems a little dark. Let me get my light actually over everything here. It's like, why is it so dark? Okay, that was it. That's better. That's better. How's everybody doing this beautiful Saturday night? Do tell, do tell. What are you working on? What's got your attention this evening? We'll put that there. We'll put that over there. So yeah, I started working on this one. This is actually row 3 that I'm on. The first one was like a lot of this has been really line blocky. Here, let me show you. Scooch some stuff out of the way so I can kind of show you the diamond painting. Down at the bottom has been really line blocky. And so, whoop, bumped ya. Sorry about that. Smack you around here. The bottom was really line blocky. You can see there's a lot of like upward lines going on and really easy stuff. Really easy stuff. Rainy in Houston. Hi. Hello, Shell. Hello. Hello. Working on Interstellar Tail Wagger. That was a mouthful. I almost messed that up. Hello, Heather. It's a full circle moment to see this get worked on. Yes, Noel. Working on the last square of Imaginarium. Ooh. Loon Tien, down to 2.5 rows left. I knew you'd slam right through that, Tigger. My Sword from Enabler's Outpost. Very nice. Sagittarius by Eau Claire. Very nice. But yeah, you can see the bottom is really line blocky. And at first, when I started working on this, I was like, what is going on the bottom here? Like, what's all this? Like, what is even all of this supposed to be? And then I went back and I looked at the picture and it's all there, all of it. The lines and everything, like there's these paint lines and you can see it's right on. I mean, it's exactly there. That's it. These paint drips. And so, yeah, I was like, all righty then. I guess that's what we're doing here. So anywho, yeah, Tigger, get it. Finished shell basket. Great job, Shannon. Now on colorful floral owl. Oh, beautiful. Ooh, Shell's doing computer work. I knew what you meant, mystical diamond painter. I knew exactly what you meant. Hello, Missy D. Yeah, I knew what you meant. That Sagittarius is really like one of the better, I think, representations of Sagittarius from like what the options are out there. There's not a lot of really great ones, unfortunately. And maybe I'm biased and picky because I'm a Sagittarius. But I haven't really super been impressed with a lot of the stuff that they've put out for us Sagittarius. It's like I don't want a half horse lady. Like that's not really what I'm into, half horse people. So, you know, I would just rather not have a horse person. I am a horse person, like I like horses. They're my favorite animal, but I don't want to be a centaur lady. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you do a centaur lady and she's got a belly button, that weirds me out in a not small way. I've seen some good Sagittarius out there, but nobody has created them yet. So we'll see some good Sagittarius popping up here and there. That would be very nice. I have it to pair with Scorpio. Okay. Both for my daughter because she was, a cuspy baby. Okay. We like a good cuspy baby. If you don't know, and you're not like familiar with what being born on the cusp means, in between the zodiacs, right? There's this small period of time before one starts and the other, or before one ends and the other starts. That's called being on the cusp. So typically, if you were born anytime between the 18th of a month and the 26th, 24th of the month, I think it's the 18th to the 24th of a month, because the zodiac generally changes on either the 20th or 21st, sometimes 22nd of a month. That if you're born from the 18th to the 24th, I could be wrong on that number, excuse me, but somewhere in there, right? That means being born on the cusp. And actually, there's a 13th zodiac that a lot of people don't know about, where in excuse me, December actually had a different one. It wasn't Sagittarius. It was, I could be butchering the pronunciation, but I think it's Ozupichu. I don't know if that's exactly how it's pronounced, but if you go and Google 13th zodiac sign, technically I am that 13th zodiac sign. I'm not sure why Oz something Pithecus. No, I don't remember exactly how it's spelled or pronounced, but it's like Ozificus or Ozipeachus or something. Either way, there's a 13th zodiac sign. You get tired of bulls for a Taurus. Right. I like the ones where the zodiac sign is represented by the planet that's like the zodiac is ruled by, or when they do like the ruling planet and the flower. That one I really like those too. It's something just a little different. Or simply just put the symbol in there, and it doesn't need to be anything other than a really cool looking lady who represents kind of the sort of like keywords of a specific, zodiac type. That would be fine with me. Like if somebody's going to be coy and shy, make them look coy and shy. Or if they're going to be confident and strong, make them look confident and strong, and then put their little like zodiac symbol in there. But don't you don't have to throw in the animal representation, because really, like, what is Aquarius, right? She is the water bearer, but her like symbol is a goatfish or something. As a Virgo, I'm okay with the image. Fair. Green for Virgo. Yeah. Hi, Allison. I agree with you about images for signs. Yep. Wait. Yes. Okay. I want to see a finish also, Noelle, of Shannon's the shell basket. If you haven't posted on Discord, you'll have to do that, or send it to me in Facebook or something, and I'll have to actually open my Facebook. I'm horrible about opening Facebook. But yeah, so I just I get tired of seeing the same stuff. I want to see something new and different, or like even incorporating somehow into the art piece, like the constellation would be really cool. I could see that. Hi, Lisetta. But yeah, I want to see some new and different things, something a little different. I'm gonna see. I did. Okay. I missed a little spot, and so I'm gonna have to go back to one of the colors. That's one of the problems I feel like with working with baggies that I run into. I don't have a great system for separating the baggies, and so if I miss something, then I've got to flip back through them, because see, I put them in like this little tray thing, which works. I mean, it works fine, but a little bit of a pain in the booty. Constellations. Yeah, wouldn't that be great if they somehow like worked the constellation in there, or even like some sort of a solar scape where, or I don't know, skyscape, whatever you want to call it, nightscape, where it would be just the constellation. It doesn't even need to be a portrait. It doesn't need to be anything, with a person in it at all. In fact, you could just do like a nightscape constellation or something. Like, would love to see that. Would love to see it. And I know it has to exist out there in the world of art. It's just a matter of like getting the person licensed with the company, and then, having the company releasing all of those. Yeah. It'd be something really cool anyways. And then also, I want to say thank you to those who are here. I know there's other places you could be right now. I appreciate that you're here. There we go. Colors. Yeah. So thank you for being here. I know other things you could be doing with your Saturday nights. You could be out boogieing somewhere. You could be out like, I don't know, disco dancing. What do the kids do these days? You know what I miss about weekends when I was younger? Back in the day, and I don't know if anybody else had this same experience, but I used to love the roller rink. That was one of my absolute favorite places to go on the weekend. And I've noticed there's just not really one, you don't really see roller rinks anymore, which is unfortunate, because I feel like I've met at least my first 3 boyfriends of my whole life at a roller rink. Hello, Josh. I group my baggies by color, all orange. That's actually a good idea, Divine. You overestimate my ability to leave the house after 8 p.m. I'm using vials and printing more tower trays. Oh, cool. I was supposed to go out and karaoke. Oh, I miss karaoke too. I was so glad my friend canceled. Yay! I guess. I'm glad that you're here though, Missy. I used to love I used to run karaoke, and so that used to also be one of our Saturday night hangout spots. But then that was back when I was doing a little bit more imbibing of the alcohol, which I do not do anymore. Probably all, not probably, definitely for the best. But definitely have had some really wonderful times out at karaoke too. I haven't been to karaoke in God years. Night skates, I know. Hello, Sarah, taking a study break. There's a roller rink by your house, Elizabeth? Lucky. Mm. Tigger must have one nearby. Once in a blue moon, I got to go to the overnight roller skating. Oh my gosh, like I remember this one place. It was called the Roller Drome in Madison. We would do lock-ins where, like you would be there overnight, they'd lock you in and you couldn't leave unless you were leaving. Like you could only go if you were going to call your parent to pick you up and you were like done for the night or whatever. But we would get locked in with our $10, like enough for concessions through the night or whatever. And you were locked into the roller skating rink. I imagine that would be a absolute liability nightmare now. But in the 80s, they didn't care. Early 90s, they didn't give a shit. They were like, whatever, break your leg, kid. There's one by my house still, but I don't remember doing it since high school. I see now. This is a fun outing that needs to get planned, I think. I think that when we do finally do our meetup, we need to do a roller skating adventure. Who's in? We were talking about a meetup in Chicago, and it sounds like if there's one somewhere near Sarah, then that's somewhere near Chicago at least. And we could definitely do a night of roller skating. I think that would be a blast. I'm ready to go break my arm. How about you guys? Hi, Tanis. Booking a roller rink. See? Yes, we could book the roller rink. We could roller skate all night long and then diamond paint, later on or whatever. Make it like a whole, I don't know, a long weekend of it. Book a roller rink that has like some sort of a conference room or something. I don't know. But it sounds like a blast. I think I could still roller skate. More than likely. I mean, I've ice skated more recently than I've roller skated, but I remember I took my kid roller skating. I don't even remember how long ago it was. My kids were both children, so they're both adults now. But I took them to the roller skating rink, and when I showed them like that I had skills on skates, they looked at me like, "Who is this woman that I've been living with all this time? I know nothing about you." It's like, yeah, guess what? Once upon a time, I was a kid too and knew how to do stuff. Not sure you could. Ooh, and a bar with karaoke. I can skate straight down into the floor. Listen, I can go backwards, forwards. I can like twirl. See now, if they would have back in the day, if they would have made like a competitive skating, like figure skating sort of situation that I could have afforded, because I know there was competitive like figure roller skating, but obviously not as popular as ice dancing. I probably could have done it if I would have been able to afford it. I probably would have been good at it too. I remember when they would break out like the limbo stick or whatever, I was super tiny. I mean, I'm still super tiny, but I was super, super tiny when I was younger. And I always won at limbo because I could practically get down on the floor with as small as I was. Like they could lower that bar almost a foot off the ground and I could still get underneath it. Obviously couldn't do that now without, I don't know, hurting myself. But yep, I used to be a limbo champion at roller skating. Like, come on. Skating down onto the floor would be me. Oh my goodness. Last time I was on skates, they were rollerblades. See, I don't know what it is about rollerblade. Okay, so Dustin was a ice hockey, right? And so he can do all the things like he can, skate and then go and like spray snow in your face and stuff like that. Cause he used to do it to the kids all the time. But he was a hockey player when he was younger. And he's like, yeah, it's just like skating, like regular skating. I'm like, I don't know about that. He's like, didn't you ever rollerblade? I'm like, no, I liked regular four, like the four regular roller skates, not like inline skating. I didn't like inline skating. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't keep my balance as well or whatever. So the first time that he ever took me like ice skating, I'm like, give me one of those little walker things that you take out on the ice so I don't hurt myself. Cause I could keep upright barely, but like the skating backwards and that sort of thing, very, very different on ice skates than on like just regular roller skates. I can't even ride a bike. Oh no. Never got as good on blades as I was on skates. Right. Me either. Me either. It's like very, very different situation. So I think he thought because I could roller skate that obviously I'd be able to ice skate. And it's like, no, yes, I did most of my growing up in Wisconsin, but ice skating was not really something that I did. Excuse me. Or if I did go ice skating, it was on like a bumpy ass pond. It wasn't like, a nice skating rink. That just wasn't a thing. Oh, there we go. Roll bounce. Oh, there you go. Having like some sort of bumpers around the skating rink would also be a good idea. Like what you have for bowling, but for like people. Hi, Sujin. How you feeling? How old is this kit? Okay, so this kit, hold on a second. I'll give you information because last that I knew, this one is from that I own is from 2022, but I think this one came out much earlier than that. This one, okay, so trying to find a sneak peek of it. No post reviews. Somebody did a unboxing March 2023. Maybe mine's from 2023. Hold on. Let's see if they have the release date on DAC. It was back when the kit was $57.99. Tell you that. In the description, it does not give me a date for release, but reviews go back. Let's see. Oldest review is over 4 years ago. So yeah, much older than most kits. But yeah, this one is called Steadfast Heart by Demetra Milan. She's the lady that does all of the like animal mixes. The only one that I'm really bummed that I did not get was the one where it's a woman and a fox. Ew, the coughing gross state. Are you at that part where like you can taste you're sick? That is the least favorite part of being sick to me is when you're so sick and there's so much gunk in your lungs that you can actually like taste your sickness. Hate that. Oh, it's the worst. I knock wood. I'm going to knock quietly so the dogs don't. Knocking wood. Have not been sick in a really long time. Hoping to keep it that way. I mean, aside from like the, migraine here or there, but not like full blown flu or COVID or anything like that. thankfully. You can taste the phlegm. Well, no, I'm talking like legitimately when you breathe out and in, you can taste. I don't know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I guess you haven't been sick like that. I'm thankful for it because when you can taste your own sick, it's gross. It's horrible. Yucky, yucky. Did you used to buy a lot of this artist? No, actually, shockingly, I didn't buy a lot of this artist. And I do enjoy Demetra Milan. I like her stuff. Um, but some of them, okay, if I'm being honest, some of them felt a little too animorphs for me. Uh yeah. So my younger sibling was obsessed with animorphs when they were younger. And so yeah, some of a very Animorphs vibe. And so I didn't end up buying a lot of them, but this one and the Fox one I really enjoyed. I'd have to go and look and see what other ones she even had with DAC. I'm not positive. I know you can find them on DStash generally for fairly inexpensive. I mean, hard to say though, because there are some people out there who think that because something is archived means that they need to charge, 85, $100 for them. And it's like, whoa, okay. There's definitely a collector's mindset with some people when it comes to D-Stash. I can understand some of the like highly sought after rarer kits, but this one, I think I bought this one new. She's popular, but yeah, people destock. Yeah. I think for me when I'm sick, it's the Mucinex. Oh yeah, Mucinex is gross. Mucinex is nasty. I'm usually the one like tending to the sick people in my house until it's gone through everybody in the house except me once. And then everybody in the house catches it again, like round two. And by the time that it hits me, it's like the third circle. And then it's like the worst flu I've ever had. I haven't had one in a while. Like I said, knock wood. I haven't had one in a while, but I'm not trying to get that way either. Okay. So, there we go. I do have one little like gripe, I feel like, about this particular kit, and it's a little bit in the coloring. It looks much better on screen. But this like flower right here is really neon colored in person. And I think I want to take out this really neon looking line in there and put in a darker red. I'm going to see what kind of spares I have at the end. If I have one of these more cherry red instead of like, what color is that? That is, hold on. Oh, it's C. Okay, C is 891. Okay, so the 891, that's the color of this like line in here. And if you can see, like it's really kind of an hard to tell in the camera, but it is a really orangey kind of pinky red. And it's, I don't know, like if you look at the original picture, looks more orange. Yeah. See, and in this one, it's like a white rose with red lines, dark red lines. And so like these flowers being bright, okay, that's fine. This one even has a little bit of yellow in it. Okay, cool, whatever. But this one is supposed to be like dark lines, I feel like. I only want your firstborn child. Oh my. Only charging $250. Want my secondhand kit without a warranty trading card or kit that's been sitting in my dusty closet for years. I only want $250. Yeah, honestly. So yeah, I think I want to pull that out. And if I have enough, which I think I will, because they're two very popular colors in the kit. There's 815 and 814, which are like darker reds. And so I think I'm going to pull out that color and then put 815 or 814 in there. I think it'll look better if I do it that way. In my opinion, I think it'll just be a better look for it. But that'll be when I finish, I think, because the rest look okay. It's a bright red, but it's appropriate. This is a bright red down here. But yeah, this definitely needs to be not that color. Dimitri Milan only has two kits still showing on DAC, and they're both a woman and a wolf. Oh, looking at each other. Pepsi Junkie says contrast. It needs the contrast. Yeah, I agree. 815 looks about right. I think so too. And so I'm gonna probably pull that out once I get done. That's one thing that generally always confuses me about renders, especially when the color exists in the kit. It's like, why'd you go that direction? And not just DAC. I mean, a lot of places, like I don't necessarily understand why you decided to go that way with it, but okay. Wolf ones. And see, the wolf ones are fine. I've done a lot of wolf kits, I feel like, since I started my diamond painting journey years ago. And that's because back in the day, honestly, all you really could find were like old masters, like in the stores, was old masters, wolf, like animals, like unicorns, wolves, and cats. That felt like that was all you could get. Landscapes, old masters, unicorns, wolves, and cats. And so I had plenty of fun with wolf kits. Not something that I'm necessarily looking to, like, it would have to be a wolf kit that really knocks my socks off now, because I've done plenty of wolves in my diamond painting experience. Is anybody else like I started out diamond painting and bought only what I could find at the like Hobby Lobby, Joanne Fabrics, Michael's sort of situation? Because that's where I was at. And I think that's probably I wasn't shopping online really at all back then. Okay. I am kind of old school in that I like to see and touch and look at, like, really study what it is that I'm buying. And so buying online, it kind of causes you to have this like trust about what you're buying. And I think because when I had my mother-in-law pick me up a kit online and I got burned so bad, it was, oh my gosh, it was this terrible, gappy, just piece of poop inside you. There are two wolves. Oh, okay. I've got where light and dark meet. Oh, okay. Hello, Angela. Um, so yeah, it was like, I, I don't know. We got burned really badly because the kit that she picked up for me was, I don't know, probably something on Amazon back in the day. And I don't know that I even knew to look for something that was round versus. She got a square kit. It was double-sided adhesive for one. Two, the squares were so trashy, like I could barely work on the kit. And then three, I didn't know anything about double-sided adhesive. So when I was working on it, like, it was just not a great experience, as you can imagine. And gappy. Oh my gosh, it was gappy. Your first kit was from Joann's, RIP. That's right. I got 4 from the local stores before I started rating DAC and Dreamer Design. Yeah. Diamond painting is one of the few things I buy online. I like to see stuff in real life. Me too. Like, when I was buying cross stitch stuff, everything that I bought for cross stitch, I bought at the craft store. But that was back when and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't see them very often anymore. I used to buy cross stitch and it was like the whole pack. Like, you would get a diamond painting, you would get the canvas material, you would get the embroidery thread, you would get the chart, because I did counted cross stitch, and you would get the whole kit, and it was like $50, something like that, which was part of why Dustin told me straight up that well, I had started so many and didn't finish them, or I'd start them, I'd mess them up and then throw them in a bag or whatever. That when I started, excuse me, diamond painting, Dustin told me straight up, like, if you don't finish these, I'm not buying you anymore. So I can't really blame him for that. But clothes, I need to see books and, well, okay, books, yeah. I think I got lucky since I didn't end up with any double-sided. Yeah, zoos me, the double-sided adhesive, yikes. First started diamond painting in 2018 and couldn't find them in store at all. Took a break from DP until 2024 and didn't buy a real life diamond painting until late 2024. Complete opposite. Okay. Michaels replaced Dimension kits with their own brand, Hoops and Loops. Oh, okay. That makes better sense because, yeah, it was Dimension, I feel like, that I was buying from for cross stitch. In fact, I think if I haven't destroyed the patterns, I've got patterns, like a mad amount of patterns that I highlighted over or X'd out because I was doing counted cross stitch. Blah, blah, blah. And so I have a bunch of cross stitch patterns that I paid, $50. I didn't even think then, like, oh, you could save this, like photocopy it and save the pattern. I mean, I'm sure I could still probably read what's underneath it, but I thought about pulling one of those out at some point and maybe just seeing what I could do with it. It's in my basement somewhere, hiding in a bin somewhere. But that makes way more sense. I guess I didn't realize that they had essentially, like they've done with the diamond paintings, because they don't carry that I've seen in my Michaels Diamond Art Club or any other even leisure arts or whatever in the Michaels. It's all Make Market now. So that makes good sense. I should do that at some point. Like, just go raid my crafts down in the basement. I've got so much junk down there of just stuff, cross stitch stuff. And some of it is pretty small that it would easily translate to a diamond painting. Maybe pull out some crappy, diamond painting I'm not doing anything with, and then use the sticky background for my own sort of creation. Make Markets one. I ended up, okay. Bothy threads. Never heard of that. Can still buy dimensions from the interwebs. Ah, okay. They try to move their in-store brand for a lot of stuff. Yeah, that makes good sense. And then, like, I would go store to store basically and raid their cross stitch sections. Like, I'd go to, because we have had, I should say, one of every kind. We had Joann's, we had Hobby Lobby, Michaels, and there was one other one, Ben Franklin. The Ben Franklin closed down before any of the others did. But yeah, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, Joann's, and then there was the Ben Franklin's. God, is anybody else old enough to remember Ben Franklin's craft store? I never bought a diamond painting at Benjamin Franklin's, but cross stitch stuff I did. And you know what's really sad is when Joann's decided to close, they had literally just built a new Joann Fabrics like the year before they bankrupted and closed down all of the Joann's, because ours went, which was shocking to me because, like, they had just built that building, just built the building. Love Ben Franklin. Yeah. Would you be able to not get mixed up with the campus? Maybe. We'll see. You know how, like, the synesthesia throws me off sometimes. I'd have to literally ignore everything I'm looking at and just concentrate on counting. Yeah, Ben Franklin's was pretty awesome. It was almost like sort of like a Dollar Tree almost of craft stores. not like cheapy like materials or whatever, but just way less expensive than the other craft stores. I always felt like I used to love their florals selection. My mom and I used to do a lot of like fake flower things. Like we would make wreaths for doors and um, all kinds of stuff with fake flowers, silk flowers. And Ben Franklin's always had a really amazing flower until Hobby Lobby started selling things that were so much more realistic. Uh, but yeah, we used to do the Ben Franklin's for silk flowers because they just looked so much better than what everybody else had at the time. Hi, K and K love. Oh, you're only 30 minutes away from one of the last Ben Franklin's. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they were very, very, very popular. Um, and it was the only store in the town that I live in on the south side. Everything else you had to go east side for, or like down on the main strip in town where the mall is, Milton Avenue, and I avoid that like the plague. Like our main drag through town is actually also a highway, and so it just gets a ridiculous amount of traffic, which is crazy to me also because the interstate goes directly through the middle of our city, and most people it's like just get on the interstate the heck away from traffic. But anyways, okay, so I did mark this as an AMA, within reason, of course. So if there's anything that anybody me, crazy or not, I don't care if it's even related to diamond painting. It doesn't have to be. Go ahead and ask whatever questions you'd like to. I'm game. Nothing really is off the table, and if it's off the table, I'll let you know. But for the most part, I'm pretty much an open book about life and all sorts of things. Oh, they dropped a new enemies project today. It was today. So if I've recommended to you the enemies project and you haven't gone to watch for a while, definitely highly recommend. I didn't like today's as much as I normally do, but it was a really good discussion to listen to. Either way, it was a conversation between a evangelical like Southern Baptist and a person from the LGBTQIA plus community who is also a pastor, I believe. Really good conversation. Really, really good conversation. Do you like marshmallows? Okay. Yes, I like marshmallows, but I only like marshmallows a couple of ways. Okay. And this is from like way back when childhood. Either A, toasted, like I'm going to be making a s'more. Oh, somebody must be home. He's barking about nothing. He's in the hallway barking. Either as a s'more, one, or two, when I was younger, I used to get one of the jumbo marshmallows. Okay. Hold 1 second. Let me get Beans quiet here. Just a second. Beans, sir, go. All the way downstairs. Thank you. Barking at nothing in the hallway or looking out the window, goofy dog. Okay. Sorry about that. I used to take a jumbo marshmallow. He wants to chime in on the marshmallows. He won't eat them. So I would take a jumbo marshmallow, right? Hold on. Here we go. Okay, not a marshmallow, but still. All right, so let's pretend this is a marshmallow, right? And I would take it and I would work it between my fingers, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until it was literally back to whatever gooey, like stretchy, sort of sugary material that it would become, because it becomes like marshmallow fluff basically. And I would sit and I would go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between my fingers, and then I would eat it like that. but like just pop a marshmallow in my mouth and eat a marshmallow like it is, no, won't do it. I don't like them that way. That's boring. Toasted or pulverized, basically pulverized marshmallow. I have the same pen you're using, but I converted it. Oh, to screw in multi and single is now a twist and place. Do you think I messed up? No, I don't think so. No, no. In fact, it's easy to do. I think more people, if they got the screw-in tips instead, just because they stay in so much better. Um, you can convert any pen. You just have to have a tap, like the correct material, tools, whatever, to tap a pen. You can make anything into a like with the twist in tips. In fact, I'm kind of in a way pretty jealous of that because I washi tape all of my tips. Like, see that washi taped, and then this one I have washi tape to keep them in place. I mean, granted, like it's fine. I use it the way that it is, but occasionally, like it'll move around or the washi tape starts to wear out and I've got to re-washi tape it. So you're probably better off having a pen with the twist in tips. The issue I was having, press in was spinning on the multiple. Yeah. Yeah. And unless you really figure out exactly how much washi tape to use on the tips, they'll still spin around, move around on you, whatever. So I'd rather it be tighter in there than loose and just flying everywhere. But it's from my understanding, I've never done it, mind you, but from my understanding, it's actually quite easy to tap a pen and then make it so that it twists in the twist in tips. Naomi was doing slime before slime was slime. That's right. Absolutely. What is your favorite food? Oh, my favorite food. Favorite food. I like, okay, so I've told people before when I was younger, and I'm sure a lot of it has to do with autism, but when I was younger, I would literally only eat boxed cereal. Um, but a lot of that, one, like textures are a problem. I didn't like the way certain things tasted. I was very picky that way. And because I wasn't eating certain things, my mom would sneak food into my food. So like I'd be eating whatever, let's say spaghetti, right? But she would put something else in there that she thought maybe I was lacking, or like it would be some sort of like, I don't know, a chicken casserole or whatever, but then she'd chop up vegetables and put vegetables in there, or mushrooms or whatever. Like she would sneak into my food. And so I was kind of one of those kids who, if I didn't prepare it for myself, I wouldn't eat it. And cereal was something that was very easy for me to make. Things that I could make in the microwave. But now, whenever I have a choice of what I want to eat, I love steak. Like steak, I think is probably my number one favorite thing. I can't just be eating steak all the time, right? So it's one of those, like, obviously more like special occasion sort of things that I do, but I cannot beat a really good steak or steak sandwich, medium rare. I like my steaks medium rare. How do you guys like your steaks prepared? Are you like somebody who cooks all of the good protein out of it by doing it well done? Do you eat it with A1? And I like to put my A1 on the side so that I can choose to dip it in A1, my steak. I don't like just slather it all over my steak, because the first bite of a steak, in my opinion, the first bite of a steak should be like just naked. It should be a naked bite of steak so you know what the steak tastes like. So you know, okay, this needs something or it doesn't need anything. And then after I've decided, okay, it needs something or it doesn't need something, then I'll add A1 to the side. But I don't just like dump it all over my steak. Medium, medium rare. Not just prime rib is also very, very good. Rare. Oh, okay. You want it mooing? You're just like, just wipe its butt and, slap it on a plate. If the rub is correct, it doesn't need any au jus or sauce. I agree. If seasoned properly, I feel like steak shouldn't need sauce, but I always, like, depending on who the chef is, I always give it a chance. Like, I always give it a chance to be good on its own. And then if it's not good on its own, then yes, I will slather the shit out of it in some A1. I'm in Texas. Any kind of barbecue. Ooh, barbecue is really good too. We had a place in town. It was called Famous Dave's. And the very first ever Famous Dave's was actually started in Hayward, Wisconsin, which is like up north from here. But we had a Famous Dave's in town, and one, ribs there, oh, delicious. Two, their cornbread muffins. Oh my gosh. They sell the Famous Dave's cornbread muffin mix like in our grocery store, and I will go there specifically to buy the cornbread muffin mix at the grocery store because it's so freaking good. I just like meat. I don't know. I'm a horrible human. I know. I would not be able to be a vegetarian or a vegan because I like milk and I like steak and yeah. I grew up going to carne asadas. I like my meat crispy. Oh my. You love it with A1 and some rice. Ooh, steak with rice is very good. Best meal I ever had working on the road was in the Famous Dave's in Cleveland. Yes, I'm telling you, and the muffins are, yes, they're like a dessert because they are very, very sweet cornbread muffins. Like, it is definitely more like a dessert. I remember we'd go there and I would tell, because this was before you like had to pay per muffin or whatever. It was more or less just like they just brought you a plate full of them for the table. And so I would tell the server, the more muffins that you bring to my table, the bigger your tip will be. So I would end up taking, 8 to 10 muffins home. Because same with breadsticks at Fazoli's. I don't know if you guys have Fazoli's or have had a Fazoli's. It's like a fast food Italian kind of place. They do like spaghetti, lasagna, that sort of thing. I would tell them like the more muffins that you bring to my table, the bigger your tip is going to be. And so, yeah, they would bring me an insane amount of either muffins at Famous Dave's or at Fazoli's, the breadsticks, because they're delicious. I don't know if Famous Dave's was a chain. I've only ever been to one, and that was in my hometown. Oh, yeah. It started in Wisconsin, in Hayward, Wisconsin. I have a friend in Georgia that owns his family's barbecue business. Ooh, what I found unbelievable was a story he told me. His barbecue has been to space. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. But yeah, this was back before. Okay, so like the Famous Dave's in my town, the way that it was, the way it went down with their closing was really, really shady as shit. So, the like landowner, the property owner for the actual building that they were renting, pre-COVID, Famous Dave's was doing really, really well here in town. Like it was really the only barbecue place we had. In fact, I don't think we even have a barbecue place anymore. But the property owner for the corner that they were on, which was like that you get off the interstate and then boom, there's this major intersection of the highway and another highway. Boom, boom. And they had like prime real estate. COVID happened, and then they had to kind of change the way that they did service. Like you could either for a while, they didn't have any dine-in service, like, you had to get it either prepared to go or whatever, like, you weren't dining in for a while during COVID, and they adjusted, they did what they had to do, but business wasn't doing super, super well, and the property owners, without even saying anything to them, sold the property and the building that they were renting without saying a word to them to Raising Cane's, which is like a chicken joint. Okay, we have like 5 fast food chicken joints in town. We did not need another fast food chicken joint, like, not necessary. And it was so funny because they sold the property to Raising Cane's. And it's like, I've never even eaten at the Raising Cane's. I have no interest. I mean, I like chicken just fine, but like, ugh, Space is really known for its barbecue. Yeah, it's a chain. It was this like when Pigs Fly article YouTube video titled Fincher's Barbecue Takes a Ride into Space with astronaut Sonny Cart. Interesting. That's kind of cool. So yeah, barbecue is also amazing. I just like meat. I like a good pork chop. I like steak. I like chicken's okay. Like, I'll eat chicken. But it's not my favorite. If I have a choice, I'm probably going for a red meat of some kind. That's really where it's at for me. Not an easy feat. Yeah, no, not at all. Okay, next question. Who's got another question? I love it. Answer all the questions. Um, yeah, I was really just agitated. We've got Okay, so the Fazoli's that we had in town, which, like I said, is like it was like a fast food Italian place, but they did, when you'd go in there, it was a sit down fast food place, but they always did like free breadsticks, as many breadsticks as you can eat, fresh, and they were delicious. Oh my God, the breadsticks were amazing. And they replaced that with a chicken place. They replaced Famous Dave's with a chicken. We have Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's. Oh, I don't even remember what all of them are called. We have a Popeyes. We had a KFC. I think our KFC closed, if I remember correctly. Fazoli's is delicious, Jen. I like Cane's, but they aren't a match for Dave's. No, not at all. What kind of putty scents do you like? And then, do you like horror movies? Okay, so I'll start with, do you like horror movies? And then I'll go to putty scents. Horror movies. Funny thing is, when I was a kid, I used to legitimately laugh at horror movies. And I don't think it was like nervous laughter. I've probably seen Nightmare on Elm Street 50 times when I was young. Um, and then like I like thrillers, like psychological thrillers. I like real, like, true crime stuff on TV. I think when it really changed for me with regard to horror movies, um, one was, and I'm not going to talk about what was in the movies, but there was this theme that started to happen in movies, horror movies specifically, that I just couldn't do it anymore. One movie was Wolf Creek. That one disgusted me. I know it's based on a true story about the backpack killer in Australia. That one really screwed me up. Oh, what's the one, Noel? What's the one called? Uh, Wrong Turn. Hills Have Eyes. If you know those movies, you know what theme I'm talking about. Um, and that's already like a scary enough thing for women, especially, that I don't need that to be introduced into my horror movies. And then it like stopped being something that was just fun to go be scared, and something that was I'm afraid to walk by myself at night without my giant dog. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, Wrong Turn and Hills Have Eyes. It's just like, yes, I agree, Josh. That is exactly what it is. And offensive, so freaking offensive. And so like movies from what brain the Dawn of the Dead, like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, 28 Days Later, like those kinds of movies. I like that. I don't like a lot of gore in a horror movie. I like to be just, like jump scares are fine, but when it starts to be like these like crazy ghost stories, I'm not really so much into. I'll do a good zombie movie. I'll do a good like psychological thriller, but horror movies. Okay, I'm going to tell you where the turnaround happened. Actually, um, Dustin and I had gone to see Saw 2 in the theater, and after we got out of the movie and we were in the car and we were talking about just like the craziness of that movie, because we'd seen the first one and the first one was really interesting. It was like a psychological thriller. Yeah, there was a whole lot of stuff going on, but it had a good story kind of thing happening. And like the whole sort of turnaround thing at the end where you're like, oh, it was the dude the whole time, like whatever. But then Saw 2, after watching it, we're in the car and we're headed home. And I got to thinking to myself, like, that shit was in somebody's head. Somebody actually thought about all of those tortures, all of those little tests, all of those little things. And I was like, the human race is disgusting. So it was just really when horror movies stopped being about like Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason, the tropey, somebody's being chased and even though the person is running, the killer always catches them when they're walking and like that sort of it just became way too real. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yeah, also scary. Yeah, and I'm the same as you, Shelby. I'm not into the torture stuff. Like jump scares, ghost move, like yeah. But like zombie movies, that can be fun, psychological thrillers, but yeah. Like Evil Dead was both like really funny but also scary. Like I like that kind of yeah. So horror movies, eh. Yep, yeah, Sujin. It's always gross, especially when you can tell the director wanted those. Yes, yes, and yeah, and it's like I don't identity was really good. Yes. So yeah, I like there's enough real life stuff to scare the shit out of me. I don't need a horror movie to introduce that back into my day to day because I'm already scared of that. Like I don't need that. I don't really like a lot of gore either. And it seems like a lot of the movies are like, how disgusting can I make this? Like I'm so edgy. Like, save it, you know. Um, Candyman was great. I loved Candyman. 2000s and 2010 horror was really fixated on gore and torture. Yeah. And see, I haven't watched any like recent horror movies in the past 5 or 6 years. So if there's something that you think that I should give a chance to, I'm certainly willing to give it a try. Because that sometimes things just need a second look or what have you. I'm all right giving something another glance if it needs one. Did I miss? I did. Okay. I'm gonna go back to that one in a minute. Okay, putty scents. What are my favorite putty scents? Putty scents, I like things that are more like so if you go through my putty collection, right? I enjoy things that are more food based, right? So like I recently grabbed from the Putty Crocker drop I got the Saturday cereal. I got the orange creamsicle. I got, oh my gosh. I also like things that have like musky or earthy smells. I really like those, like sandalwood, patchouli, the warm sugared cashmere patchouli. Awesome. I like things that are minty and I like things that are like sweet food. I like cinnamons and gingerbreads and like coffee, and I don't really like chocolate in putty smells because like the chocolate is like there's way too much of an artificial scent in there for the chocolate ones. I don't know. It's more cocoa, less coffee, or less chocolate rather. Haven't watched any since The Ring. Okay. Can't watch end of the world movies. You know, Brenda, I have a really hard time with end of the world movies because like I used to get so scared like if something happened, what would happen with my kids? Like because, I'm supposed to protect my children, right? So like how am I going to protect my children from the end of the world? Like you just kind of can't. Hello, Smiley. What's up? They don't make them like they used to. Give me an American Psycho. I need to return some videotapes. Classic legend has it Patrick Bateman is still in line at the video store. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, for putty scents, I like them to be, like kind of good sweet food or like kind of more natural smells, sandalwood, patchouli, hippie smells, and then spices like pumpkin, gingerbread, nutmeg, those sorts of things. Like fall smells. I really like fall smells. I think there's probably not a single fall type smell that I'm not into. I can do most fall scents and love them. Apple maple bourbon. Ooh, that sounds like that smells awesome. It's wild how there are people who look up Patrick Bateman. Ooh, Fruit Loops. Okay, so if you like Fruit Loops, the Saturday cereal from Putty Crocker, it's very Fruit Loops. Like I think there's even Fruit Loops on like in that bowl. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I thought at first it was Lucky Charms, and then I went, no, that's definitely Fruit Loops. Like Fruit Loops, you could just like smell this and go, yep, that's a bowl of Fruit Loops. So good. Rotting leaves. Okay, patchouli does kind of have a rotting leaf smell, though, to be fair. Um, there's one comedian who has said that patchouli smells like dirt effed by a hobo. And I'm like, that's accurate, though. A little rotting leaves, a little dirt effed by a hobo. Either or is pretty spot on. It's like, are you too busy to bathe? Then just slap on some patchouli. It's like Fruit Loops on high. Yeah, yeah, Sarah. It's good. It's good. What kinds of putty scents do you guys like? What are your favorites? What you like to buy? I know what Noelle and Tigger like. They like some weird high sweet shit. That's what they like. There's this one, uh, what was it? The pink cashmere, I think is what it was. Was that the one? No, pink sands, and then the other one was cashmere cotton or something like that. And I was like, "Bleh, no, too much, too much. Mine are some of shells. Ooh, grapefruit, huh? See, florals, I can't do. I can't do florals. Anything apple or apple. Ooh, okay. You're with me on autumn scents? Yeah. Fruity or baked goods? Yes. Coffee one. Yeah, but is it coffee or coffee house? Because isn't there a difference between the two? I've only ever smelled the coffee one. I don't remember what I got a little sample of it, I think, from maybe Jamie back in the day of the coffee one. Just coffee, not coffee house. And it was, I mean, it was okay. I think it wasn't as strong as I thought maybe it was gonna be. But I've heard coffee house is like a bag of ground beans, basically. Bakery and chocolate. Ooh, yes. Is Shell still here? Oh, you got your year of the horse? I don't know. I haven't heard Shell in a little while, but confetti cupcake. Ooh, confetti cupcake sounds good. Sweet coffee, cookie stuff like that. Can't do floral. Yeah, I can't. Florals, I don't know what it is. I get like instant migraine. Like I had gotten like patchouli rose from Putty Crocker. And I thought that like her sweet patchouli, it was like a no pumpkin patchouli. She did a pumpkin patchouli that it was going to have more of a patchouli smell. So I was like really excited. I was like, okay, cool. I can do a rose patchouli. Oh my god, it was all rose. All you could smell was rose, and I was like, that's not going to work for me. That one I ended up giving away. It was bad because it was all rose. And I just, yeah, depending on the floral smell, like I love the smell of lilacs, like generally really in real life. But when you start putting like anything other than lavender, which is a very musky kind of a flower smell, anything other than lavender, I'm usually like, not, can't do it. Can't do it. Shell, just listening while I rush to do last minute things. Oh, okay. Ooh, black raspberry. Rose scents make me think of nursing homes. Oh no. Oh no, Missy. Black raspberry vanilla by Black Dahlia. Ooh, okay. Okay, so like the thing about Elizabeth, the thing about Bath and Body Works, I can't walk in there. I can't even walk into a Bath and Body Works. Hard to do rose and almost anything. Yeah. Hi, Glory. Grape soda. Ooh, that sounds good too. I like the smell of grape soda. I feel like a lot of the artificial grape smells smell like grape soda. Yep, that's grape soda. And I'd be okay with that. I would be all right with that. Glory, we're just talking about our favorite putty scents. Yep, it's good. Hi, Melissa. But yeah, for me, I can't do florals. They give me instant migraine. And then walking into the Bath and Body Works is another like instant migraine. I couldn't ever, it sucks because they have some of the best smelling like body lotions and body wash, candles, that sort of thing at the Bath and Body Works, but I can't even go in. Like I can't even handle walking in the door. I cross the threshold and it's like just a scent migraine immediately. I'm like, oh my God, my brain is on fire. It's like my throat gets sore. My brain starts just banging inside of my head. I'm like, this is not cool. You're nasty. Oh no. Okay, who's got the next question? What else do you want to know? Let's see. This one. What else you want to know? The one I have now is the chai tea. Okay, so the ones from Butterfly Effect Wares. Okay, hold on. Some of my favorites because I've got quite a Butterfly Effect Wares collection going now too. The copper and obsidian. Okay, is butter pecan. Oh my God, it's amazing. I could eat this. I won't, but I could. The winter court is the chai tea. Oh my goodness. Oh, that one is so good. So good. The winter court. The all treat. If I remember this one's no, this smells like watermelon. The all treats, that one smells like watermelon. The Lucky Clover smells like Lucky Charms cereal. Oh, it's so good. Yes. Oh, so good. The silver and gold, I forget. I don't know. I'm not that one's more like perfumey, kind of perfumey, the silver and gold. The Quicksilver is supposed to be Earl Grey tea, but if you ask me, it smells like lemon and pot. Yep. It smells like marijuana and lemon. um, was the other one? Teams. That one is minty. Pumpkin spice, obviously. It smells like pumpkin spice. But some of these are really, really amazing. And I've got like one of each. If I could have bought 15 of the chai, though, I would have. Um, Jessica says, yes, there's butter pecan. I don't know if they have any left, but if they do, it's the what was that? Something in obsidian. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo. Where did it go? Copper and obsidian. Copper and obsidian is butter pecan. What is your blood type? Oh, okay. Hold on though. I have a funny story about that. Um, Glory. So my funny story about blood type. I was born with O positive blood. My mother was O positive and my father was A positive. So I had O positive blood when I was born. My oldest daughter, when I was pregnant with her, she was negative, which is not supposed to happen between parents, right? And I don't know what happened with the sero conversion, sero whatever, but by the time that she was born, my blood type was no longer O positive, it was A positive, and her blood type was no longer RF negative, hers was also A positive. I don't know how that happened. Apparently, like, you're not supposed to live when that happens. But I did, and now I have a different blood type than I did when I was before I was pregnant. Conversation is making me hungry. Jessica asks, do you use putty only or glue dot? I do not use putty only and I don't use glue dots. I actually, instead of glue dots, I use what's called Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. It's a liquid. Liquid is, I mean, it's liquidy, like it's wet, like it's a wet thing. It's not a dry thing. And then I use it to fill the single plate. I don't use it in my multi-placer. I only use it in my single placer. But when it dries, it turns into solid and it goes clear. Like this is what it looks like when it's dry, and that's when it's like actually liquid still. But it works like a glue dot very, very similarly. But I have a little more control over how much or how little I put into a placer, which I like. It can be used in a multi-placer, but I like my putties for my multi-placers. I'm weird. Yes, absolutely. Buttermint. Oh, buttermint is so good for a smell too. Like, okay, I'm pretty embarrassing when I go to like weddings or those sort of things. They have them out on the table because I will legitimately just like go find a bag somewhere and just pour them into the bag. Like, I'm taking these all home now. I could just sit and eat buttermints for hours. They're so melty, wonderful. You have a ghost pen for specials. Yeah. Yes, and the ghost lasts forever, I feel like. Glue dots are going to be the death of me. You know, Jessica, I had tried glue dots prior to using the Ghost, and my issue always was with the glue dots that one, they were really, really too sticky almost. Like it was like I couldn't get them dirty enough to not either yank the glue dot right back out when I'd lay down the drill. I'm a hard placer, so that I'm sure has a little bit to do with it. But it seemed like every time that I would try to place a diamond, either A, it wouldn't let go of the diamond, or B, the diamond would grab the glue dot and pull it right out of my freaking pen. And there's such a pain in the ass to load into the pen that it was like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Whereas with Ghost, I have a I have one of these tip holders, and I put the tips in here, and then I fill them with Ghost so that they're ready to go. And then I don't have to worry about like waiting for one to dry, because you do need to give them time to dry and harden and whatever. So I have this tip holder, and then I pre-fill the tips before I need to use them, which is very, very handy. I got this at Lowena's Designs. Ooh, your buttermint is butterfly effect wares. I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna take it. I'm coming to take it from you. Coming to steal your buttermint putty. But yeah, for putty, Jessica, I would say like my top three are butterfly effect wares. That's something that I feel like is a type that works for everybody. I don't think I've heard of anybody not being able to use it. Putty Crocker and Patsy Putty. And those are my top threes. Butterfly effect wears putty. That one is like my absolute favorite, but because it's more expensive for like half the amount of putty, I don't use it as often as I do my other kinds, because it's a little bit expensive for the amount that you get. At the rate I'm using the Cloud Dancer, I won't be out of my first one for a year. Oh, wow. Yeah. You little bird placers. I have to be a little bit jealous. But I mean, I guess the bonus is that I am definitely using the putty that I get. Like, it's not just sitting, you know? So that's a benefit. I mean, no judgment. If you got putty and it's just sitting, it's your putty. You do what you want with it. But I am definitely using the putty that I bought. In fact, the putty that I'm currently using in my multi-placer is the I told you it was the Advent Christmas Cabin. So it's like a half-sized, let me get an example. It was a half-sized putty from Putty Crocker because it was in the Advent calendar. Trying to find another one of the same size. This one? Hold on. Hold on. Let me look. Is this a small one? Okay, here's a good example. Now this is no, wait. Is that right? Hold on. Hold, please. Okay. Yeah, so the one that I was using, this is like a full-sized putty from Putty Crocker. Like, it's really large. And then there's these little half-sized ones that she put into advent calendars, kind of smaller. Well, the Christmas Cabin was this size putty, and it's legitimately almost all the way gone. I've used most of it. I have that much left. And so I use the crap out of my putty. It definitely gets used. It definitely gets used. It goes a little fast over in this house because I feel like and it's by choice. I'm replacing the putty just about every square. I put in new putty every square because it starts to get really gummy and then I can't use it, you know? It gets too gummy and then I'm just getting putty all over my painting. Okay, what's the next question? Do we have another question for me? I'm ready. I'm ready for your questions. Let me make sure also that my chat is keeping up. Is my chat keeping up with the that wasn't what I asked you to do. YouTube, come on now. There we go. Here we go. There we go. How diamond painting. Ooh, and music. Mm. I will answer the how long have I been diamond painting question because um I started diamond painting back in 2019 when I went into rehab. That was in July of 2019 was the first time that I ever tried diamond painting. And then I took a good couple of years, maybe even a little longer than that break, because I was working and I was working so many freaking hours that there's no way I would have been able to sit down and do any kind of diamond painting. And then when I left that job, I started diamond painting like literally full time as kind of a job on YouTube. As for music, music is a lot trickier to answer because I'm one of those people that I listen to everything. I don't have a type of music. I do have like favorite um musicians or groups that I like. Really love Elvis. I love David Bowie. I love CCR, Credence Clearwater Revival. I love the Beatles. I love Pink Floyd. I love um, Fleetwood Mac. I love Alanis Morissette. I love basically everyone that was ever in Lilith Fair. I love Taking Back Sunday and Fallout Boy. I love I love 90s Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Reba McEntire, Tanya Tucker. Like I absolutely loved 90s country music. Um Desiree. Oh no, I joined late. That's okay. Welcome, welcome, Desiree. And thank you, Jessica. She says, whatever you were in rehab for, I'm proud of you. Jessica, I was a opiate addict. I started out like innocently enough. I was taking the medication that my doctor prescribed to me. And then I was in the group of people that they just cut off very suddenly and without warning. And then everything spiraled out of control. So I've been clean since July 6th of 2019. But that was after like 15 years worth of really just awful spiraling out of control addiction to opiates. And thank you very much. There's actually some other people up in here that are celebrating some pretty big milestones. We got, somebody with 2 years, and we've got somebody with a year and a half. We've got somebody with 3 years sobriety. There's a lot of really good sober time, and I'm proud of everybody that works hard to make the right decisions because it's not easy every single day. Thank you, Zuzme. Jen says, I listen to all kinds of music depending on my mood. And that's really it. It's sort of like, what am I in the mood to listen to? Because I can get down on, let's see, there's Robert DeLong has this song called Long Way Down. Love that song. I love Nine Inch Nails. I love Fatboy Slim. Like I don't really have any particular music that I gravitate toward unless it's a specific, instance. Like I'm just in the mood to go into my car and scream and rage at life. So maybe I'm throwing on Rage Against the Machine or Nine Inch Nails or Marilyn Manson or sometimes I just want to get in the car and bop a little bit. And so I'll throw on something like a Taylor Swift or, Christina Aguilera or whatever. Like, the only thing that really dictates what kind of music that I listen to is my mood, because I will go down the line and just listen to whatever inspires me at that moment. And I think part of that is because I did run karaoke, that and my parents also introduced me to so much variety in music. I'm very lucky in that way. And so I felt it was really important to introduce my kids to as much of a variety in music as I possibly could, because music speaks to, I mean, I can honestly, I am not religious, right? I was not born and raised Christian. I don't know a lot about Christianity, but I love gospel music. I love gospel music. It's so beautiful. Oh, excuse me. Ah, not excuse me. Or you can call me Gary. Gary or excuse me. I'll call you Gary. Ooh, 2 Chains. Abby says, I feel like most people enjoy a variety of music. I don't know who decided we needed to have. Oh, listen, you know what though? There are some people out there who absolutely they will not listen to anything except for, hardcore country music or what. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I I'm gonna sound sort of like a fuddy-duddy, but lately, the new stuff that comes out, I don't get it. Like, some of it, I just don't get it. I'm like, "This isn't music, it's noise." And I know that sounds like legitimately the oldest old lady thing that I've probably said today, and I'm 45. I'm not like an elder person, right? But some of the music, air quote, that is out is like it's just a processed version of shit that I listened to when I was younger. Or two, it's just noises. It's just noises or auto tune. That makes me a little sad. Get off my lawn. That's right. Get off my freaking lawn. Sarah says, I'm definitely a millennial and lean grunge pop. My others, Britt and Christina. Oh, okay. Pantera. Yeah, Pantera. Mushroom Head. Power Man 5000. Yeah. Linkin Park. Imagine Dragons. Stray Kids. If it fits my mood, it's blaring. Yes. Damn kids and their damn boom boxes. There's this one jackass who legitimately wanders around my neighborhood in the summertime with a huge speaker in the back of a wagon, like a child's plastic wagon, and blasts just whatever bullcrap that he wants to listen to while he is walking through the neighborhood. And most of the time, I don't care. I honestly, it's like, whatever, dude, enjoy yourself. You're just obviously having a good time. But when you have to blast your music so everybody else needs to listen to it too, okay, can we at least not have songs about doing really lewd things to sexual partners with very explicit graphics around the 8-year-old children at the park down the street? Because that would be nice if we didn't have that. For me, I like old school rock and heavy metal. All right. I love when I drive listening to music while I dress girly. Yeah, there you go. Throw people off. Mindless self-indulgence. Um, yeah, so like, listen to what you like. I don't care. But do you really need to blast it so loud around the park? Maybe you just turn it down a little bit when you're talking to, and I'm not talking like Shaggy's It Wasn't Me. I'm talking like very graphic tellings of things. But yeah, I don't know. I like to listen to all things. I find even like some forms of music where maybe you'd hear it on like Latin radio, a lot of accordion, almost polka-ish music is lots of fun. I'm down for anything really. I don't even have to know what the words mean. The instrumental Muzak version. There you go. I remember when Pocket Full of Sunshine was the song to Blair. Oh, yeah, there you go. Little Baby Meek Mill. Oh my. I listen to everything but country. Right now I'm feeling heavy metal and heavy music fitting my mood. Oh, okay. Um, like I said, for country music, I, honestly, I kind of don't recognize country music now as country music. There's a lot of it that's very much like taking a lot of inspiration. We'll call it inspiration and not just straight up thievery of hip hop music or rap. I've noticed that a lot of the current country music like stars are often more of what I would consider to be like hip hop artists. So that's a little bit confusing. But I do enjoy like, I'll be sitting in a I don't know, a Texas Roadhouse and singing oh, what is it? Oh, I should have been a cowboy. Should have been a cowboy. Should have learned to rope and ride. Why? I don't know. My brother listened to a lot of country music in the 90s. And so I think that's probably where that comes from. Like, I could enjoy some 90s music, some 90s country music, because he put up with my Alanis Morissette and Jewel and, I don't know, all the other like Marilyn Manson, Nine Inch Nails and shit that I was listening to in the 90s. So I guess I could do him a solid and listen to his 90s country music. Oh, Hiccup. Or like hick pop, hick pop. Yeah, something. Toby Keith. Yeah. I remember being hungover in the Florida Keys and the friends I was with was blasting Yeasty Girls. Oh no. Hick pop. Oh, hick pop. Blah, blah, blah. Hick hop. Whatever it is. I don't know. Hiccup. I like hiccup better. And then like again, I don't know. I'm one of those people from a generation where when you went to concerts, right, the band could actually sing their own shit. And now it's like I've watched like New Year's Rockin' Eve or whatever, and people can't even sing their own damn songs. They're all lip syncing. None of them are singing their own shit. And it's like you couldn't sing it in the key that you produced it in if you had been given a million damn dollars to do it. That's really sad. Everything's just very overproduced. And so I just want to can we go back to like when we had MTV Unplugged where people would go in and like actually sing, like acoustic versions of their own stuff and you could actually hear their talent for singing cuz that would be nice. That would be really nice. And then you see like these kids that go on The Voice or American Idol or whatever the singing competition shows, and then they'll get a contract somewhere, and then it's so overproduced into oblivion that it doesn't even sound like them. Like you knew that they could sing. Why are you doing this to their voice, man? What are you biased about? Hold on, let me see. Meow. 90s had good music. I agree. The 90s did have good music. Just yes. Alanis was wonderful in Dogma as God. 90s full of the vibe. Right on. Love Jewel. First time I went to America, I fell so hard. Give me a woman with a guitar any day. Yes. Yes, Desiree. Back in my day. Yes, Sujin. Yeah, Shelby, you don't even want to know. I get ads for that all the time on my YouTube where it's like basically some person wrote a love song for their significant other for their anniversary or their birthday or whatever. And it shows them like sobbing. Oh, he wrote me a song. No, AI wrote you a song. He just gave it some prompts. He didn't write you anything. I remember Dustin, he used to make me mix CDs. Like they would have been mixed tapes, obviously, back in the day, but he used to make me mix CDs. And like that was very romantic. Nowadays, it's, I guess, romantic to have AI sing a song to you about how you met. The Voice had like 6 seasons before being around for 3 years. Yeah. Yeah. I I so much watch the singing competition shows anymore. Because like again, they're just so freaking overproduced. Everything's massively overproduced. I've been single so long I wouldn't even know how to be like, for me. Hi, color and chat with Joanna. Yeah, I like honestly, he made some pretty epic mixed CDs for me. Okay, who's got the next question? Who's got the next one? This is turning out really, really beautiful, you guys. I'm very happy with it. And not that I thought I was going to hate it or anything, obviously, but I'm really glad that it has resin diamonds because I was worried when I pulled it out. I'm like, oh, this is going to be resin, isn't it? Or acrylic, isn't it? I was very pleasantly surprised that they're resin diamonds. Oh, you're shower who with love now? Naomi and I can make you. Yes, we'll make you a virtual. I'll make you a mix CD. It'll be the best mix CD ever. They'll probably have a bunch of stuff that you've never even heard of on it. What is this old shit? Describe yourself as a teenager. Okay, everybody else has to do this too, then, for fairness. Okay. Describe myself as a teenager besides Hot Mess Express, because I didn't know a lot back then about one being autistic. I had no freaking idea that I was autistic. I was annoying. I was, I think, because one, I was angry all the time, just so angry all the time. I think a lot of it had to do with just exclusion, so much exclusion, being in school and being misunderstood and feeling like I didn't fit in. And like I would, okay, so my style of dress, like it would vary. Okay. I'd have flamingo pink hair, but I would dress in like ooh, bumped ya. I would dress in Victorian goth, like lace and flared skirts and corsets and these like long, like spider web netted sort of fishnetty things on my arm. And it was very expensive. I'll tell you that much. I was like not cheap to dress the way that I dressed as a teenager. But I was also just, like I said, very angry all the time. I felt very misunderstood. I felt very alone. And so, you know, like that expression, like hurt people hurt people. I legitimately would stand up to anybody who gave me shit. I was in a lot of fights, and I'm not going to say like I won every fight I was ever in. No, I got my ass kicked plenty and probably deserved it. I got my ass kicked, but I was just really feisty, really, really feisty. Um, Long hair rocker surfer, nice, Gary. You ever gotten a canvas or project you ended up hating? Oh, I'll tell you about that too. Um, but yeah, I also, like you, Gary, I did a lot of stuff that I really should have gotten in huge trouble for, but oftentimes I was either like because I was a girl, because I was small, because I looked unassuming. I oftentimes I got away with a lot of stuff, but I was a mean pothead weirdo, honestly. I was a lot. I feel like I was just a lot to be around. I was a lot to try and process and to be friends with. So mostly I had a very, very small group of friends who were also like other weirdos, um, and kept mostly to myself whenever possible. There was this rumor, and I wish I was even kidding about this. There was a rumor that someone started in high school that people like legitimately, I think, believed that I was a vampire, like a real life vampire in high school. So that was the rumor that I was a vampire, that I really drank people's blood, that, you know, if that I would do like witch sacrifices and shit. Like, yeah, very the craft. But that was before the craft even came out. Very that. Grew up in Florida, so it was kind of a given. Fair. Shy, no style, computer nerd, hair always in a ponytail. Fair. Mel was always getting in trouble. Mm, a party kid. Okay. My vampire phase was later. uh, Seriously, I'm meaner than I was in high school. People made me this way. Sujin says that she is the same as she was as a teenager. Desiree was angry too, grew up in a cult. Oof, felt like I couldn't breathe. Oh, well, I'm glad that at the very least, you know, you've kind of learned more about yourself and what you want and need. Craft and Lost Boys and Interview with the Vampire. Yes. Yes, very that. Elizabeth was boy crazy. Oh, okay. But as for has anybody given me have I ever gotten a canvas or project that I ended up hating? Yes. Um Very much so. Ooh, your sister gave your parents a run for their money, so you had to be the golden child? Sorry, Jessica. I was the baby for a long time, so I got away with a lot of shit. People think you're a witch now. Well, I mean, I am a witch now. And now it seems like, you know, nobody cares. Like, whatever. Okay. But back then, holy shit, you'd have thought I was casting spells, hexing people, and sacrificing lambs and whatever. Because yeah, they skirted me in the hall like I had leprosy. So I was just mean. I was too much, and I was mean. Just all the time, very very mean, ready to fight anybody who looked at me weird. Like, I'm one of those people that if you would have looked at me funny, I'd be like, "What the f are you looking at? You got a effing problem?" And then yeah, I'd get in somebody's face. This is really ridiculous. Okay. Have I gotten a canvas that I hated? Yes. Not typically um from from a person who sent me something that I didn't like. I've gotten things from businesses that I didn't love. Uh you know, either things that I bought and then like later on I went like, "Ooh, I can't even." Like, I had to put one of my post reviews as like a members only thing and an unboxing as a members only thing because I was just really disappointed. Um I can tell you that as far as like gifts or whatever that people have given me, no, I haven't had anything that I've outright hated. Maybe things that weren't necessarily ideal. But you know, it's funny how sometimes you don't know what you're gonna like until you work on it because I had things that I thought like, I'll work on it, you know, fine, whatever. And then I really, really liked it. Like, Captured by Radiance sent me Eden Cove Rubik, and it's an underwater, like an oceanscape scene. And it's got a seahorse as like the main thing in it, and it's corals and whatever. Not something I would have picked for myself in a million years. But I worked on it and I actually really enjoyed it. So, as much as sometimes I might like have a first impression about something, maybe not totally my style, oftentimes I find that, you know, even when I work on those, if I'm like not really sure. I end up really enjoying them anyways. I've only thrown out a few kits, not after they were finished. Usually it was like midway through, I went like, okay, I can't do this. You know, I used to be a people person, but people ruined it. Yes, very that. Sujin, I was angry as a kid, but I'm still an angry person now. But I try harder not to take it out on. Do you though? Grew up in a house where books were banned and became a professor in literature. Analyze that. Well, Desiree, must be all the blue background. Yes, yes, yes. She said, I try not to take it out on other people. I love you, Sujin. You know that, right? Ugh. It's like, I just live my hate vicariously through you. Is that okay? Is that all right to do that? Because I think it's great. Listen to me, you know, is the restrained sound. Don't hold back now. Save space. Yeah, don't hold back on my account. Oh, I love it. Sometimes I enjoy the spice like from a distance. I'm also not the kind of person that like if somebody is ribbing or giving me shit, like I can handle it. I'm okay. I will absolutely take a bit of a ribbing. I lived with an older brother who was absolutely ruthless. The problem with my oldest brother also well, both of my brothers are autistic, come to find out later in life, but my oldest brother was like genius level and very studious, very booksy, just like he was I think he used learning as an escape for the mundane people that were around him. And so, like, very funny person, very overbearing, um, usually described as kind of an asshole, but oh my God, he was relentlessly mean with me. Like, my brothers, and my oldest came up with it. My brothers used to call me two back when I was in middle and high school because the back and the front were the same. I had no boobs. And so I came from a family of just relentlessly mean, like Roseanne. If you can imagine, like having Darlene as an older sister, that was very me. Like I not only was I Darlene, but then my oldest brother was also Darlene. So it was just us basically like just razzing the shit out of each other growing up the entire time. And he's 5 years older than me too. So, he was extra mean and more educated because he was older than me. It's ridiculous. Tell us how you really feel. Yes. One of these days I'm gonna learn to type that and something other than that typo. Oh, okay. Listen, typos are okay. My shit auto corrects me to some really ridiculous things sometimes. I'm like, why does it say that? Like that's not what I put. That's not what I was trying to say. All right. Another question. We got 7 minutes. I can answer another question in 7 minutes. I was thinking I might be able to finish this in 7 minutes, but I'd have to like stop actually thinking about what I'm saying and like just sit here and diamond paint. But I think I could finish it in 7 minutes. It's a round after all. I just have to like move my butt here, stop dicking around, actually lay some diamonds. Do it, do it, do it. Nobody's got a question. Everybody's quiet. Everybody's like, I'm thinking about something really embarrassing to ask you. It's really hard to embarrass me though. I will tell you. I really have like no shame. None whatsoever. Anyone else feel like we're playing truth or dare and everyone went for truth? Yes. Why are you gay? Why am I gay? Well, so I am not of the assumption that being like that you choose to be gay. You're just sort of like born that way. So my answer is because I was born gay. Plus, ladies are hot. Am I wrong? Why are you gay, Josh? Turn that back around on you. Why are you gay? What are the most difficult words for you to pronounce? It's two words, one after the other, and I don't have problems pronouncing them separately from each other, but the words Irish and wristwatch. I'm okay when I say them separately as separate words, but I can't say them together. You try. Say it out loud. Irish. Damn it. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. I have to go slow. Irish wristwatch. Irish wrist. Can't do it. Nope. Other than that, I now am very, very cognizant of the way that I say the word both. Because I discovered when we were talking about regional things, regional words and whatever, that I was pronouncing it both, like BOLTH. And so now I'm just very, very cognizant of that. And I make sure I say both very quickly. No L, both. Irish swatch, Swiss swatch. No. Ugh. Yes, you do. Noel, you do say sauce. Because you're from New York. New York, you say sauce. It's not like that. It's not like the way I just said it. That pronounced. It's pronounced, but it's not like it. You say sauce, but it's like sauce. It's very conversational sauce. And everybody knows that I'm telling the truth. I didn't just make that up. You really do say sauce. You say mountain like mountain. Oh, mountain. Yeah, see, I do too, I guess. Mountain. Mountain. I don't say mountain. I say mountain. Yep, Mountain Dew. I don't say Martin. I Martin. So what is that about? Is that a regional thing? I don't know. Irish wristwatch. Nope. Swiss wristwatch. Nope. Can't do it. Can't. Saucy minx. You saucy minx. New York. That's right. Worcestershire sauce. Okay, but is it Worcestershire sauce or is it Worcestershire? Worcestershire. I got called out in college for using the British pronunciation of deity. What's the British pronunciation of deity? Is there? Hello, Amalia. What's the British? Did I say it? Is it deity? I say deity. Did I say it wrong? I probably did. Long E? Deity? Oh. I don't know. I say deity. I see DEI and I go day. Because isn't that what you're supposed to do? I don't know. I also like when I spell things out, I often will use the British spelling for things like color. Less color, more theater with an RE. And then gray is GRAY or GREY for people. And I'll do it both. Like I don't have I said both. I didn't say both. Damn it. And I got my brain all hooked on that. And I can't unthink it. I don't know. Once they asked me, I froze like a deer in headlights and I couldn't figure out what I say. Like deus. Yeah. It rhymes with gaiety. Yeah, deity. I don't know. Is there I've never heard anybody like get called out for that before. It's correct. Both ways, gray is a region thing. Yeah, I don't know. I just do both ways and then nobody can give me a hard time for spelling it wrong. I don't say like aluminium like that. I say aluminum, but do they spell aluminum differently or they just say aluminum differently? Because I feel like it's spelled the same, right? Isn't it? I don't know. I guess I never paid attention. Never had occasion to think about that. But now I do. Strange stuff. Very strange stuff. They just say it different. Solder is another one. Oh, is there another way to pronounce solder? I've never heard anybody say solder. I would think they were weird. I would probably point that out to them and be like, that's a weird way to say that other than solder. Here we are talking about weird pronunciations again. I hate the word colonel. Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely a weird one. Like same with lieutenant and the way that some people pronounce it lieutenant. I never understood that. Like that one has always got me like, what? But to be fair, like English as a language and a written language is also just really weird. Really freaking weird. Very strange. It's sort of a hard, you do whatever you feel like doing sort of language. I know it's all, like somewhat Latin based and whatever, but then sometimes like the word weird is spelled very strangely for the I before E except after C because it's not after a C, but it's still EI. That's the only reason that I remember that weird is spelled weird because it has a weird spelling to it. Yeah, lieutenant. Like, what's that about? At least you don't say decal instead of decal. Ew, who says decal? They're also wrong. I'd be like, no, you're incorrect. You're not allowed to say it like that. That's incorrect, sir or ma'am. Mr. Sir, ma'am. You're like, you got to do this right, or you don't get to do it at all. All right, let's see. Time are we at? Technically, I went over. I didn't finish, but that's all right. I'm almost done. I'll tell you what. I'll stay on until I finish this large square that I started. Okay. I'll just get it all done because there's only a couple of colors left, and then we will run away to the Discord like we do. I've only got like 4 colors left, so it'll be all right. Okay. Okay. You good? I'm good. You've heard somebody say decal? Oh, that's weird. Can you imagine the world trying to order a pizza? Yeah. Can't even agree on pronunciations for things. I know. Just everybody in their own language try to order a pizza generally. Just be a disaster. But let's be honest, the world is kind of a disaster right now without the different pronunciations of things. Just kind of a hot mess, anyways. Just a whole all around hot poop mess. Stay on until you finish live like an OF girl. Ooh, I don't know what that means, but it sounds fancy. Do you like Kennings? What's Kennings? What's a Kennings? Is that a thing? I don't know what that is. Explain, Shelby. What's a Kennings? You got to tell me what that is. Ah! I just like jumped right off my canvas. There we go. Ooh, we've got 3 colors left, and one of them is a single. Did I miss one? I think I missed one. I think I just missed one. Yep, 21. Hold on, I gotta grab it. 21. There was only one, so I didn't see it. To be fair, just need one drill. Come on, drill. Thank you. 21. Using 2 descriptors in place of the word. Oh. I don't know if I know what that is. Example, please. Oh, an OF girl. Like whale road for sea. Oh. A whale road instead of sea? Like a railroad, but like that all cute or something? And what's an OF girl? Is somebody going to explain that? Please? Because I don't know what that is either. Whale road sounds like it. Right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was like a whale road, like that's supposed to be cute. Because maybe that's supposed to be cute and I'm just not getting it. That happens too. I don't always understand things. I'm used to that. But what's an OF girl? Oh, mom sells fans. Okay, I don't know if I posted the video, but there's this woman who's reading this AI produced book called Mom Only Sells Fans. And it's a story, like a kid's story about a girl whose mom sells OnlyFans. It's really funny. Really, really funny. Okay, wait. I missed one. Let me go back now. What? 16. I missed it. There we go. Last color. Where people sell their feet pics. Yes. I got to make sure I finish and you finish too. Just like I'm only fans. I'm only selling fans. I don't think anybody would want my feet pics. Honestly, I had ugly feet. The ugliest of feet. But I'll tell you what, if I thought that would get mama some extra money for canvases, I might sell feet pics. I've got a dog with too many toes. You think somebody would buy those pics? Those feet pics? Beans has some excellent feet. He's got excellent feet with extra toes, and they're very cute and fluffy. They look like Grinch feet. They're the cutest. Not that Bowie and Sugar don't have cute feet, but Beans has extra toes and furry toes. Boom. All right, I did it. Look at that, you guys. Got another squares done. It looks good. I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. What do you think? Like I said, once I fix this, I think it'll be better. If someone's buying, I'll sell some. Right? I'm saying. All right, you guys. I got my square done. Squares, 2 squares. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm headed over to Discord if anybody wants to go and hang out. You are more than welcome to do so. Bath water. No, not going to sell anybody my bath water. Oh my goodness. And yes, Noelle, thank you. She says, great live as always. I love you too, my darling. Hopefully, like I said, I will see some of you over on Discord. If not, I will likely see you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday for the live that I do on Tuesdays. Yeah, that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a blast. lots of laughs as always. And as ever, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, wide, wonderful world, that you are having a beautiful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Oh, Josh. See you next Tuesday. Bye.